Do a series of talks that specifically talks about the Foundup and ultimately what you do. Okay, you're a Foundup. What I do next. So this is the first talk of a series of talks in which I'm going to teach you about the Open Incubator Framework. And these talks are to go in hand with the manual that we're writing that you should have access to as a Foundup. Called the Open Incubator Framework, and that is basically a section of the Foundup Manifesto. So let's talk. So you're a Foundup. So just let me review some things that you should know, and it's important for you to understand from reading the intro of the Foundup Manifesto and the Open Incubator Framework. First off, and the most important thing is you are a strategic initiative. You're not an independent entity. You're not an institution. You are specifically an initiative or strategic initiative. I like the word used, strategic initiative, to become that very thing, the startup. The startup, understand, is an institution. A startup, when I say institution, what that refers to is an incorporated vehicle that operates within a society or organization. So a strategic initiative is no different than a brand and or project of Foundups Corp. In essence, what you are is you are operating under our corporate umbrella as an agent, and you are placing your idea as part of Foundups Corp. The idea is simple. Now I'll use an illustration. When, for example, if you hire a development director from National Community Development Services to come and do a strategic initiative to validate some initiative to whether it's workforce development or whatever, and a startup is really no different, a Foundup is really no different. Ultimately, you are giving full control for NCDS, Inc. to come in and run it as they see fit. They follow a very specific structured framework in achieving that goal. Now, understand, a client pays National Community Development Services $25,000 just for the feasibility alone, and then $25,000 a month to raise the funds needed for their strategic initiative. Now, understand what NCDS does is they raise money between anywhere between $2 million all the way up to $50–100 million. So, when you're dealing with money that size, is what's $25,000 a month? It's nothing. So, when you become a Foundup, in essence, you are surrendering some control. Right? You are surrendering control, and you are saying that I'm going to comply and I'm going to follow the direction, the advice of Foundups Corp executive management. As your Foundup levels up, and I'll talk about levels next, basically new things will unlock, which I will talk about, and as a result of these unlocking, you will have access to new tools and other things and other services and products through Foundups. Now understand, let me be very clear, there is no cost. I'm not going to ask you for money or anything else to become a Foundup. Becoming a Foundup is completely free. There is an NDA that you sign in term sheet that basically states that that you're not going to run off with a team that we build for you, that the team is ultimately Foundup Corp's, and that if you decide to leave Foundups Corp, you leave the team, all right? Also, IP and other things that we end up generating for you is Foundup Corp's IP and stuff, and it will be transferred over 100% without cost or anything to you at the time of you becoming a startup. So what this means is you don't need to incorporate. What this means is you are operating under either our umbrella or one of our affiliates. Now, when I say affiliates, if you are an Indian Foundup, you will, on paper, look like you operate on a Foundups Corp, a Delaware corporation, which is strong positioning in India. However, in practice, you're actually operating in India under one of our affiliates. And India, each territory will have an affiliate. That affiliate basically governs OIF, and they're the law of the land when it comes to OIF. We appoint the affiliate, and we can take away the affiliate. And they gain full rights to Foundup, and and using our our system and our framework, so and do things. But this talk isn't about affiliate. I'll do an affiliate talk at another time. So let's talk about what Foundup levels are. Right? So this is a good talk to talk about. So what are the levels? So what's different between a Foundup and a startup is actually Foundups level up. What's really cool about this is actually I can look at any project and tell you what level you are as a Foundup. So I'm going to explain to you in the next talk what Foundup levels are. So I appreciate you hearing this first talk, and watch number 2 where I talk about Foundup levels. Thanks.